Hello guys, today I'm going to do a video on Ghost Recon Wildlands with the Steam Deck. We're going to be starting it off at 800p at the lowest settings. Alright, here we are in graphics, the lowest preset right here. There we go. Alright, looking good. Let's jump into it so we can get. Alright, here we are in the actual game. Can't really play this online unfortunately, it only forces me into a single player lobby. And my save didn't carry over either from my actual desktop, so I'm kind of stuck in the intro, but that's alright. I played around for a little bit already, so I know how it's gonna run. I was playing at the high settings actually. I think I was getting around like 33 to 40 FPS, which is honestly pretty good for this kind of game. It's a massive open world game, so you would think it would be very intensive on the Steam Deck, but honestly, it's very playable, even up to the high settings. I haven't gone up to Ultra yet, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna run up there, but at high, I played for a good hour and a half, and it wasn't stuttering, lagging at all, just a stable 30 to 40 FPS experience, and I was having a good time playing it. I was flying around for a little bit as well, and flying, surprisingly, is very easy to run, so in the sky I was getting above 40 FPS pretty much the whole time. But in the water area and in areas with a lot of foliage, FPS was falling down into the low 30s. Alright, now the low settings, we're sitting pretty much at 50 to 60 FPS, which is quite fantastic. The quality is pretty good still, but yeah, it still looks very sharp, it looks very good, and there's no stuttering, there's no lagging. The one thing that I have an issue with is the controls. The default controls I was having a bunch of issues with. The left stick was being, I guess, seen as a keyboard and mouse, and everything else was seen as a controller, so I couldn't really move and look at the same time. So I just went into the Steam settings and changed it to the default Xbox controller, and that fixed it, so now I can actually drive and move with the camera at the same time, and everything works perfectly. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I'm not really sure if that's an issue with my Steam Deck or if that's just a general issue, but yeah, that's the way I fixed it. There's a heli here, let's go and pick that up. He's got a fat stutter there. That's honestly kind of rare, but let's go and drive up here and get the heli. Alright, now going up into the sky, again we're sitting in the 50s, no problem at all, no lagging, there's no stuttering, and as you can see, the higher I go, the higher the FPS goes. So now we're pretty much sitting at 60 FPS in the sky. Quite fantastic. We can actually do a mission here, so let's just go ahead and land and do the mission down here. See how we did during a combat scene. That guy almost fell off, man. I almost pushed him off. Okay, so let's go and land. Now we're chilling. Let's go.
If Amaru gets killed by a stray ram, hold on.
There's no stealthing out here, guys. We're just gonna go for it. There we go.
No, take cover.
Get that guy real quick.
Opening fire on these fuckers.
As you can see, it's running just fine, even during a combat situation. Oh no, what happened to you? Oh, who's shooting at me? This guy over here? Get him real quick. There's a guy behind this little bracket up here.
Okay, let's focus on the mission.
Get him like that as well.
If Amaru, wait.
Alright, get out of here, buddy. Oh no, there's a guy in this room. I'm gonna die. No, stop. Hey, 70 FPS while I'm down though. That's pretty good, right? I like how the guy's just chilling in his cell. He's just like tired. He's like, come on now, save me already. Alright, who's shooting at us? I see your head.
Let's get back to work.
So yeah, overall the low settings looks fantastic, runs great as well. FPS is going to be sitting in the low 50s up into the 60s. If you want to play the game in dock mode, then I would avoid the low settings because it looks kind of bad without anti-aliasing. But on the actual screen of the Steam Deck, it looks fine, looks very sharp, so it's definitely usable in my opinion. Alright, let's go ahead and land, save the hostage, and then we can go ahead and restart the game and play at the medium settings instead. Okay. Gotta make sure I land properly. Nice! As soon as I say that.
The weapons case over here.
Alright, let's get out. Well, there goes the blades. Okay. I'm gonna pause the game, push it up to the medium settings, and restart from there. Okay, here we are at the medium settings now. Let's go and jump into the options, and then graphics. Here we are at medium settings. Alright, looking good. Let's jump into the game. And let's go on this little bike here. Alright, as you can see, FPS is already down into the 30s, getting a bunch of stuttering as well. But now we're going to be stabilizing in the high 30s, almost the 40s. Quite good. The game definitely looks a bit better, looks more anti-aliased. If I see some water as well, if I see a river on the way, I'll go ahead and jump out and get into the river. Because I saw a bit of an FPS dip there as well when I was testing the game out. Alright. But yeah, so far, 35 to 40 FPS, just fine. It's very playable. Doesn't feel as responsive as 50 FPS, but still I can get used to this, and it's a great experience overall. Hit the ramp, let's go. No! Oh, come on, that's a bit whack. Alright, I'll hit the ramp down here then. Alright, here it comes. Here it comes. Let's go. Oh, we're still holding it. How am I alive after all that? Okay, there goes the bike, guys. But we found the river that we were looking for. Am I stuck? Sure, okay, there we go. Let's go and steal a car. This guy's car will do. Hey, get out the car, bud. This is mine now.
Out of the car now.
We'll give it to you when I'm
We'll
done
make
with
this
it, though.
harder
I
than it has to be.
promise.
Hang on, I'll drive.
All right. Who was that guy? What? What is happening? People kept jumping out. Okay. Come on, get in the water. Come on. There we go. Alright, in the water we're sitting at 37 FPS. Again, not too bad. Doing pretty good. Do a little 180. And go out on our way. This car's a tank, man. It's kind of low to the ground, but hey, it's handling all these jumps with ease. Alright, we're almost there now, 700 meters away. I think I might take a shortcut like this. There we go. Shortcut time. Okay. Well, not much of a shortcut, is it? We're still flipping. Stop. Alright, so far the lowest FPS has been around 33 in this little camp area. Still pretty good, obviously. But we're getting pretty close to our 30 FPS limit.
Hold on.
Oh no!
I have a shot. Okay. All ass before that thing blows.
Oh, there goes the heli. That was the way out. Come on now. Show yourself. Hit that guy real quick.
Fucking hell.
You're done. There's one more guy out here. Oh, I see him. Just like that. And we saved the hostage. The doors are re-unlocked because, I don't know why, actually. Maybe from last time. Alright, and here we are for the high settings. Going to options, graphics. Here we are at the high preset. I've already played at this setting myself, so I already know it's going to run really nicely. I'm going to be sitting at 30 to 40 FPS. Very similar to the medium settings, pretty much. So let's go ahead and steal the bike. Alright, let's go up here then. We go up here and then we just drop down. Just like that. Oof. That would hurt. Keep it going though, let's go. Let's go.
We got back, guys.
Nah, we don't, we're just chilling, let's go. Full speed ahead. Hold it. Oh, we're going quick right now, dude. But yeah, as you guys can see, we're sitting pretty much at 34 to 40 FPS, depending on where we are and what we're doing. It's a pretty great experience, but again, it's really up to you on what you want to go for. If you want quality, then go with the high settings and get 30 to 40 FPS. If you want performance, then go with the low settings. The game still looks good as well at that point. And FPS is going to be sitting in the 50s / the 60s. Alright,
ID your target.
look at the bike go.
Killed by a stray
Oh, it's
ram.
done.
Operation Kingslayer will be dead in the water before it even starts.
Alright,
Let's go.
you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Just like that. We're doing a stealth route this time, guys. We're stealthing it up.
I got
Alright, and finally, here we are at the very high settings. Graphics. Here we are with that. Looking good. Not sure what to expect, to be honest, at this point, but hopefully it runs well. Oh yeah, also another thing, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a grenade, because apparently it causes the game to crash for some people, but for me, it's running fine, so I'll just show it to you guys as I'm going. Alright, let's get on the bike, and continue on from here. See you later, boys.
clear out. I'll meet you.
But we're sitting at 30 FPS to begin with, so I think I'm going to be falling into the 20s as we go to those more intensive areas. Shortcut time. Oh boy. What is going on? I'm just doing 360s. Going crazy right now. Oh my god. Hold it. Oh my god, I'm done. Alright, so the lowest FPS so far has been around 28 / 27. So we can fall into the 20s, unfortunately, but for the most part, I'm sitting at pretty much 30 to 31 FPS, which is honestly very surprising. But to be honest, the quality hasn't really improved too much. I think the ideal spot for the Steam Deck is the medium settings / the low settings. Once you go up to high and very high, You gain a bit of quality, but on the small screen, you can't really see them anyway. So it's kind of, you know, it's just kind of a waste. Getting a lot of stuttering near the town.
Remember, a lot of
Not
these
smooth
areas
at all in this area at the very high settings, unfortunately.
If Amaru gets killed by a stray round,
Ooh.
Operation Kingslayer will be dead in the water before it even
Feeling
starts.
very laggy during the combat scene.
Contact by the...
Alright, so yeah, overall, at the very high settings, it runs pretty poorly in my opinion. You get 30 FPS at most, with dips into the mid to high 20s. And the stuttering during combat situations is pretty bad. Alright, let's go to optimize the settings and continue on from there. Alright, here we are for the optimized settings, playing at 800p, and for graphics it's a mix of medium and high, with some set to low. This is mainly leaning towards the quality of the game instead of the performance. If you want more FPS or more battery life, then go ahead and lower the settings to low. Alright, there we go with that. And FPS wise we capped at 30, but you can use 40 FPS as well at this point, it will run fine. But for a good mix of battery life and quality / performance, just go with 30 and it should be good there. Alright, as you can see, at 30 FPS we're pulling around 20 watts of power, which is going to be giving us 2 hours or around 2 hours of battery life, which is pretty decent. Not the best, but not the worst either. But again, you do have the option of playing at 40 FPS as well, as you can see right here. But your power draw will be a lot higher, so your battery life will be worse. But if you rather the responsiveness of 40 FPS, then go ahead and do that instead. There we go. Whoa, get out of the way, guys. Oops, I just killed a civilian by accident. We do get some dips into the 30s occasionally with these settings, unfortunately. If you want to have a completely stable 40 FPS experience, then go ahead and play at a mix of medium to low settings instead. But for me, I'd rather have the quality as well as the performance, so this is the way I would go with it. Alright, and here we are for docked mode, playing at 900p with FSR enabled at the optimized settings, which is a mix of medium and high settings. So overall at 900p, you're going to be sitting in the low 30s up to the mid 30s, with occasional dips into the 20s, unfortunately. It only happened like once or twice, so it's not very common at all, but it did happen. So as you would imagine, at 1080p, it could be a bit worse, so just keep that in mind. So I think personally for me, 900p is the way to go with FSR. The game looks good, it runs well as well, and it's a great time overall. Alright, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time for Black Ops Cold War on the Steam Deck. See you guys there.